Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 17 October 2024, coming to you on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock. That means it's time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. A little bit of an interesting one this week. I'm not quite sure where I'll be when we're doing this. I'm recording it a week ahead of time, and our vacation plans in Florida have been scrambled. So I might be in Destin, Florida, I think. But anyway. Regarding leftovers from last week, they will not appear in this video. However, I will provide you a list in this video description about what leftovers are available from last week, as well as a link to that video so you can go rewatch your segment. I will have the new prices in this video description, and I will change them for this week in the description of the video from last week, if that makes sense. Okay, before we get into the thick of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale, which I will post on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description of this video, which is going to be a very busy description this week. Also in the video description, at the very top, 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first, entitled A Primer for Buyers, is pertinent to you if you are new to this weekly sales event. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So if you are new, please watch that. It explains how we do things and why every Thursday night, and it'll make your purchase experience go much more smoothly if you know that stuff. The second link pertains to you if you're interested in using this weekly sale to move along some of your own collection. It's called FAQs for Consignors, and as you'd expect, it explains how this all works from the consignor's perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the ApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. And speaking of sharpening, because I'm on vacation, there will be no next day sharpening for knives purchased in this week's sale. But if you purchase a knife to be sharpened, let not your heart be troubled. It'll ship in about 3 weeks. So moving along to the bottom of the description, the very bottom, you're going to see the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. In the pricing column, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The one on the left is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The price on the right is the price as sharpened by the ApostleP Knife Service. All sharpened knives will ship in about 3 weeks, if I forgot to mention that earlier. If you see the word sold, all caps, exclamation point, in lieu of a price for any given item, that means it's been bought and paid for by its new owner. No need to send an I'll take it or an inquiry about anything marked sold. I think that's it for the preliminaries. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and then we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First off tonight, we start with fresh stuff because I don't have any leftovers with me in Florida. And the first is from Tom Krein Knives. It is a custom Tusk fixed blade. It looks like in this beautifully crafted Kydex sheath, it could do equally well as a neck knife or a belt knife. Get a large size tech lock attached. 0 rattle. Pretty nice break. And here's the Tusk. What a little beauty. Kind of an acid stone wash. The Tom Krein maker's mark, beautifully stamped into the large hollow bevel. Knife steel is D2. Blade length is 2.5, handle is 3 5/8. It's got kind of a Murray Carter vibe going on. Very nice in the hand, by the way. The handle length is 3 5/8. It is scaled in OD green linen micarta with some orange liners, big lanyard tube, black pin in the front. Pretty nice maker's edge. I'm not even going to offer a sharpened price on this. So let's see. We'll call it near mint to like new. There is no box. It was $350 new from the maker. We're going to offer this one for you tonight at $225. No need to sharpen. That's the Tom Krein Custom Tusk Fixed Blade. Next up, from Reeve Knives, we have a large Sebenza 31 Plain Jane in CPM MagnaCut. Nothing special about it except a MagnaCut blade. Here is your birth card specifying the MagnaCut steel, the drop point blade, and the plain titanium handle. Born Valentine's Day of 2024. How about that? And here's the knife. Inspect closely. This is the old sandblasted finish, not a glass beaded one. Nary a trail to be found. The only wear on the knife is the top of the thumb stud, and it's very light, just from the sweat and oil from a thumb burnishing the top of that button ever so slightly. We got a MagnaCut blade 3 9/16 inches in length. We've got a handle of 4 13/16. We have a Reeve integral lock with a ceramic ball lock interface. Right hand tip up clip. Lanyard is intact. Nearly a free dropping blade. And it is perfectly centered. And it doesn't quite flick with my right hand, but anyway. Very, very close to like new in box. We will call this one near mint. Not like new, but it's close. They're out of stock everywhere, guys. If they were available, it would run you $500. Brand new, anywhere you buy it. This one can be yours, and you can get it now. Shipped priority mail, $450, like it is, $480 with an APostleP edge. The Reeve Large Sebenza 31 PJ MC for MagnaCut. Next up, we have one from Hinderer Knives, made in the USA. It is an XM18 3.5 in S45 with a Spearpoint blade, tri-way pivot, stonewash blue frame, and black G10 scale. Just a beautiful knife. Just a beautiful, beautiful knife. This is running on skiff ball bearings. All the other hardware, including the bearings and both kinds of washers, are in the box. There might be some other hardware in there too. There's your blue stonewash frame. The hardware is bright. Now, because of the bearing swap and a lack of proper tools, somebody has boogered the pivot just a little bit, but not on that side, it seems. Anyhow, on the skiff bearings, it flips like a rocket. There's your stonewash blade, 3.5 inches in length, and S45 VN. Your handle is 4 3/4 inches long. There is your lock engagement on the steel inserted titanium frame lock. Of course, the blade's going to drop free. And of course, it's a Hinderer, so it's going to be centered. We'll call it near mint in box. Pivot scratches noted. These are out of stock as usual at $425 web retail. Hinderer has not raised their prices as of yet. This one can be yours, $400, shipped priority mail, $430 if you'd like it to come with an APostleP edge. That is the Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch Spearpoint. Next up, we got one from Microtech. What a beauty. It is the model 225-1BL, the Dirac double-edged in blue with standard finishing. What a tidy little package that is. With the side-mounted firing button. Let's see what we can learn up here. Serial number is 14087, born March of 23. There's your little cutie double-edged blade. That is 2 15/16 inches of M390 with the two-tone finish. The handle length on the Dirac is 4 5/16. Other than some very, very, very slight burnishing on the edges of the clip, it's about new. "100% reliable, medium button effort." One nice thing about the Dirac, button very easy to manipulate. We'll call it near mint in box. Oh, you know what? There's a little bit of coating wear too. Let's see. Right near the tip, right by my thumb. So near mint in box, coating wear noted. Out of stock at $307 web retail. We will offer this one tonight at $240 like it is. No need to sharpen. That is the 225-1BL Dirac from Microtech. Next up, another one from Microtech. This is the model 119er-10 APDC. It is an Ultratechh Hellhound Tonto Death Card Left. Death Card Left. Serial number is 038 left. So apparently there are two death cards, a right and a left, when it comes to the etching on the handle, I guess you'd call it, the printed image. So left, right, I don't know, yeah. So I guess if you have a buddy, you want to collect them both, and then you could pinky swear your allegiance to each other. I don't know how it works. I don't know. Anyway, the information about the serial number and date are on this apocalyptic finished clip, but they're kind of hard to read. I'll read them to you. Serial number 038. And the born date is 8 of 2016. Because this is kind of a special one, there is no blade steel listed, as with all of the Hellhound models. They're premium stainless steel. Okay, blade length is 3 3/8. The handle is 5 1/8. It is, of course, a double action out the front, automatic. Button effort is medium firm on the medium side. Reliability has been 100% in my hand. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. They're out of stock. When they were available, they were $425 web retail. It's been some time ago. If they made them again, they'd be more. Your price on this one, $325 like it is, $355 with my edge on that wicked Hellhound Tonto. That is the Microtech Ultratechh Hellhound. Next up, a very interesting knife from the other Marfione. Heretic knives. Model number on this one is the H006-11A-T. It is a Hydra with the two-tone DLC blade, and it is a Tonto, and of course it's tactical. We don't want to forget it's tactical. Tactical. Here is the knife. Very interesting piece of work here, boys. Black hard anodized aluminum handle. Some pretty cool milled details. You have a deep carry H-clip for a Heretic. How about that? You have a little lanyard tied. I'm not sure if that was factory. I think it is factory, actually. I'll show you why. This is a single action out the front with a safety. Little hood, right? So you push that down, and then the button is underneath. See? Whoa! There we go. Blade steel is L-Max. Blade length is 3 9/16. The handle's 5 1/4. Now to retract the blade, you'll notice it's a single action knife. So you push down the hood, push the button, pull the lanyard, and the knife retracts. You gotta let go of the button, Rob. There you go. Push that back in, you're ready to go. It makes them fire more reliably than a dual action. Much harder firing. Condition on this one will be near mint in box. It is 100% reliable in my usage. They're out of stock. When they were available, they were $460 web retail. Let's do this one at $300 like it is, $335 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Heretic Hydra single action out the front automatic. Next up, sorry about the crash there. We're back to modern folders. We got a little run of arachnids here. Spyderco. This is a Tenacious in orange G10. A Tenacious in orange G10. Here we go. Dealer exclusive for cutlery shop, long out of stock. You guys should all know the Tenacious dimensions by heart. You know, you got a 3 3/8 inch sort of straight spine leaf. It's almost like a paramilitary 2-blade shape, but not quite. Blade steel is 8CR13 MOV. Blade length 3 3/8. Handle length 4 7/16. Stainless steel liner lock knife, riding on phosphor bronze most likely. I have seen some Tenaciouses with a Teflon washer in there, as well as phosphor bronze. Not a free dropping blade, but plenty good action. Lock up on the stainless steel liner lock is thus. Rock solid. Blade centering, we will call perfect. If not perfect, awfully doggone close. Condition, near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock at Cutlery Shop, have been for a while. Saw one sold recently on Country Knives for $75. You can't find these guys. There are no available on eBay. There are no recently sold on eBay. Your price for this one, $60, like it is $85 with an ApostleP edge. The Tenacious in orange with satin blade. Next up, a very interesting knife here, guys. Very interesting knife. Spyderco, Paramilitary 2 Wharncliffe. And these were a dealer exclusive for, I think, Cutlery Shop. Yeah, the first Wharncliffes. This one doesn't have its factory scales, which were black. It does have that, an S30V Wharncliffe blade, 3.5 inches in length, 4 13/16 inch handle in OD canvas micarta, and I think these were Etsy scales, not expensive. Bronze anodized hardware. I don't know if that's titanium. I doubt it. The clip is, though. Bronze anodized KC Lynch clip. Pretty cool package. And the aftermarket scales retain the 4-way clip mount, which I like because I'm left-handed. Rock solid compression lock lockup. Free drop and blade. Perfectly centered, which is pretty impressive for kind of a ground-up build on a paramilitary 2. We'll say near mint in box. It is a one-off, so I got no pricing reference, but I figure it's got to be worth $175. So that's the price, $200 if you'd like my edge on it. That's the Spyderco Para 2, Wharnie, custom scales, and clip. Next up. Oh my gosh, it's the Rob's pick. It's a Spyderco. It was made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It's a Manix 2 CTS 204P. Look at that model number. Let's see. I see an OD and an FDE. Oh my. Oh boys. Look at that. Black hardware, black ball cage, black liners, black clip, ambidextrous tip up, a blade. In flat dark earth, Cerakote, CTS 204P, and REI, River's Edge, I'm sorry, REC, River's Edge Cutlery exclusive. 3 3/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Cage ball lock. Free drop-in blade. Perfectly centered. With rock solid lockup. Whoops. We will call that near mint to like new in box. They are discontinued. They're out of stock. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $260 and $298. Your price for this one, $250, $250 like it is, $280 if you like it with an ApostleP Edge. The Manix 2 from Spyderco in OD, FDE, and 204p is the Rob's pick tonight. What a beauty. Next up, another Spyderco and another one made in America. Made in United States. Looks like they have a little new label. Pair 3, plain, FRN. I'm not sure what PE means, but yes, I am. This is a Para 3 lightweight with pink FRN, a pink gutted paracord lanyard with a brass bead, ambidextrous tip-up deep carry wire clip compression lock, DLC blade in CTS BD1N. Looks like I got a little smudge in the coating, but it should probably oil off. So 2 15/16 blade, 4 1/4 handle, compression lock mechanism. It's a free dropper. The centering I will call close. Lock up rock solid. We'll call it near mint in box. You can still buy this model brand new at your favorite web retailer. You will pay $157 and you're not going to get that cool lanyard. Do you have a lady in your life who needs a stocking stuffer? I think you do. You're not going to pay $157 for this one. Let's do $110 like it is, $135 if you like it with an ApostleP Edge. The Spyderco Pair 3 lightweight, pink DLC and BD1N. Next up, the Spidey parade rolls on. Another made in USA Spyderco. This one is the old military, but not that old, because it's got the Burple G10 and an S110V blade. A majorly overlooked steel, by the way. It's not easy to sharpen, but it's not horrendous, and it takes a super sweet edge. I don't know if you guys know that, and it holds on to it for a very long time. So there we go, guys. That's 5.5 inches of Burple G10 with a blade in that wonderful steel that you guys have all forgotten about, S110V. Beautiful satin on this blade. Blade length is 4 1/16. Right hand tip down pocket clip. Stainless steel liner lock, locks up right where you want it. Not quite a free dropper, but certainly a flicker. Lock up, rock solid. Don't know if I've ever had a military in my hand that didn't have rock solid lockup. I'm going to call that centering perfect. It's awfully close if it's not perfect. Near mint to like new in box. Currently available. These are. You'll pay at your favorite web retailer for a new one $285. Or just buy this one. $210 shipped priority mail all in. If you'd like my edge on it, $240. That is the Spyderco Military, Burple, and S110V. Next up, we have a little knife from Spyderco's Ethnic series, which, and this is interesting. They definitely market it as part of their Ethnic series. Now, usually when you have an Ethnic Spyderco, it's designed by Ed Schemp, but not the case on this one. This is the Pattadese, designed by Salglesser, made in Italy. It's got an Italian name. It doesn't have an Italian designer, but it's also made in Italy. So I don't know, maybe lion steel, maybe fox, I don't know. Beautiful little knife, beautiful little knife. Sculpted, crowned, black G10. A robust, as the Italians like to do, deep carry wire clip that'll be ambidextrous tip up. Beautifully finished. They look like tumble polished stainless steel liners. And this little blade, what a great little utility knife that is. I don't know what blade shape I would call that, but it's awfully menacing. Blade steel is M390. And there's Sal's maker's mark. Thin blade stock, looks like under 1/8 of an inch. Just a stainless steel liner lock mechanism. Lockup is beautiful. It's solid. Blade centering is squared away. Condition is very near mint to like new. In box. By the way, dimensions: 3 1/4 blade, 4 1/16 handle. So super efficient blade to handle ratio, and so good in the hand. We will say like new in box, maybe near mint. You want to buy one of these brand new, it'll run you $137 at your favorite web retailer. This one, $100 like it is, $125 with my edge. The Pattadese from Spyderco. Next up, we're going to move from Spyderco to Benchmade for just a minute. Got a little run from Oregon City. Here's a black class knife. It's the 430 BK-02 Redoubt. And I actually reviewed this knife, got an example in from Knife Ship Free in the OD Green and Bear Blade, but this is a murdered Redoubt. So you've got black scales in grivery with some very nice texturing. I believe this like mini frag pattern piece is separate. It's kind of a back strap that wraps around. You've got a parkerized deep carry clip that is ambidextrous that I think is bespoke to the Redoubt. Axis lock mechanism. Thumb studs and phosphor bronze washers. Looks like we got a black Cerakoted blade in a hugely underappreciated steel, CPM D2. Guys, just so you know, Carpenter was too smart to call their powdered metal version of D2 like CTS D2. Instead, they named theirs CTS XHP. Same formulation, basically, as CPM D2. And we all know what a great steel that is. And so is this one from Crucible. Anywho, 3 1/2 blade, 4 3/4 handle, hand filling and beautifully textured. Right where the fingers lie is where all that, I'll call it checkering, lies. Great handle. Great looking drop point blade. Nice swedge. Not quite a free dropper, but doggone close enough. Yes, it sounds like an old Griptilian. Centering is close. Action and lockup are perfect. It is like new in the box. Web retail Benchmade map price for this knife is $180. You can have this one all in, shipped priority mail, $120. $145 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the 430 BK-02 Redoubt from Benchmade. Next up, this knife was a classic the day it was released, and now they don't make them anymore. It's a blue class Benchmade. It's the 556-1 mini grip, and I've owned a couple of these, and they're just so handsome. Scaled and 3D machined, diamond textured, gray G10, blue G10 liners, blue hard anodized aluminum standoffs. This one's wearing a Parkerized Emerson clip. It's an axis lock. It's on phosphor bronze. It opens with thumb studs. It's got the drop point Griptilian blade. Blade steel is CPM 20 CV. Yeah, it still looks new, doesn't it? Rock solid lockup. Free dropping blade. Centering, I am calling very close. It might favor the top side as you're looking at it. Barely. Pretty much a perfect example. Feels great. The action feels great. 3 13/16 handle, 2 13/16 blade. Very near mint in box. Discontinued, not a stock. This one can be yours for $140 like it is, $170 with my edge. The Benchmade 556-1 mini grip, gray G10 and 20 CV. Next up, I have not reviewed this knife yet, and I need to. Maybe not in this config. I don't know. It's from Benchmade's Hunt series. It is the 15535 tagged out in orange grivery, which for a true hunting folder, not a bad idea. For an EDC, I don't know. But what the tagged out is, it's like the Crooked River and a bug out had a baby. So it's basically bug out construction, right? Grivery handle, super light. I mean, like probably 2 ounces light. Definitely a hunting profile. Parkerized shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip up clip. Opens with an oval hole. And look at that blade, guys. If that's not a mini Crooked River blade, sans thumb stud, I don't know what it is. It's beautiful. And it's in CPM 154. Can't beat that with a stick. 3.5-inch blade, 4 5/8 handle, weighs nothing. That stock looks like 100 thousandths-ish, maybe a little less. Rock solid lockup. Free drop in action. Centering. I'm calling it perfect. Oh, by the way, the standoff's also orange. Cool, cool knife. These are currently available at your favorite web retailer for Benchmade map price of $180. I think maybe $120 sounds right for this one. Like new in box. $145 with my edge. That's the orange tagged out in CPM 154 from Benchmade. Next, the Benchmade party rolls on. We got another black class knife. It's the 273 BK-2201 Mini Adamas. That means black Cerakoted Crewwear blade and burgundy canvas micarta. I think it's so handsome. So it is all Adamas. Look at the thick axis bar and stop pin. Parkerized standoffs and liners. The deep carry ambidextrous tip up clip appears to be painted or coated in some way, not Parkerized. Opens with thumb studs on phosphor bronze washers. I believe this has had a sharpening. There's a little tiny bit of coating wear. Blade length 3 3/16. Handle length 4 7/16. Superb in the hand. Sometimes when you shrink a knife handle and maintain the same proportions, it doesn't do well. This Mini Adamas absolutely does do well as a smaller version of the full size. Rock solid lockup. Not quite a free dropper, but close enough. Centering. Dead. We'll call it near mint in box. It has been used a little coating wear. Out of stock at $225. Benchmade matte price or web retail. This one can be yours at $180 like it is, $205 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Mini Adamas in purple and crew wear. I'm sorry, it's not purple, it's burgundy. Burgundy. Next up, our last Benchmade. Oh, now we have one coming up later, and it's an interesting one. Anyway, it's a black class Benchmade. It is the 3300 BK Infidel. It sure is. And all your goodies are in here. Your molly strap and your factory clip. Here is your pouch. Here's your knife. Black, hard anodized aluminum handle. Side-mounted firing button on the dual action out the front mechanism. Deep carry titanium pocket clip, kind of a acid wash blasted affair. The blade, the black coated version, thus the BK, in D2 steel. I don't know why I've always loved that fuller. I just do. Look closely. Anywho, 3 15/16 double-edged blade. Beautifully, beautifully made, by the way. The handle, 5 inches. Super texture. Button effort is medium. Don't be fooled by the apparent slowness of the Infidel blade. 100% reliable. Near mint in box. Current web retail for this knife that they're still making is $495. This one can be yours at $350 like it is. No need to sharpen. The Benchmade 3300 BK Infidel. The Infidel. We'll put you away. And we will move on to the next one. A very interesting knife. From Boker, not a Boker Plus, Zolingen. The nomenclature is a little weird on this, so I think the designer is Daily Knives, but it is the Boker AK1 American Tonto fixed blade made in Zolingen. Comes in a beautiful little Kydex sheath. I think you would just throw that in a pocket. You could probably neck it. Decent pop. Look at that little yummy. Blade steel is N690. I thought I saw that somewhere. I don't know. It might not be printed on the blade anyhow. 3 inches of blade, 3 7/8 handle. The scales are sort of diagonally milled black G10. Nice little lanyard slot on the back. Maybe 1/8 inch stock. Very, very nicely done. Great in the hand. Buy these brand new. They're widely available for $129. And they seem to be pretty doggone popular. Lots of retailers are carrying these, but I don't think I want you to pay $129 plus tax and postage or whatever. How about we just do $90 all in, like new in box, $120 with my edge. The Boker AK1 American Tonto fixed blade. Next up, Kaiser time, and we got some like OG Kaisers, a couple of them. This is the model. I don't know because I got to turn the page. Oh, there. This is the model V3574N2 Quatch. It's the Quatch. Scaled in a gorgeous deep red paper micarta of an underused material. It's got so much character. I don't know that the back spacer is solid brass, but it definitely has a brass finish. The pocket clip Tip up right hand only. It's a Kaiser, so you know it's going to be a ball bearing flipper. Look at that cleaver blade. It's almost got like a one-arm blade, one-arm razor kind of thing going on at the front. Big flats, horizontal satin on the flats, and then a vertical satin on the hollow ground bevel. Very nice grinds on this knife, I got to say. 2 15/16 inches of Bel Air N690. That's why the grinds look so nice, because that steel loves to be ground. The handle's 4 9/16. The lockup, rock solid. The mechanism's a stainless steel liner lock, nice and early. Very drop shutty. The centering's kind of perfect. It's hard to tell with that big fat blade, but looks fine to me. We'll say it's near mint to like new in box. This is discontinued. All the major websites are out. You can buy it on AliExpress. Hope it's a real one. For 86 bucks. This one is a real one, and it's in superb condition. Let's do 70 all in, shipped priority mail. 95 with my edge. That's the Quatch from Kaiser. Next is our second and final Kaiser. Here we go. Another OG Kaiser. This is the V4577N2 LAN. L-A-N. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. We're going to call this OD green canvas micarta in a frag pattern milling. Kind of interesting, almost a parallelogram profile to the handle, which is quite aesthetically pleasing. Pocket clip will be ambidextrous tip up deep carry. It'll be a ball bearing flipper. It's got a pretty cool subtly clipped kind of nightmare ground blade. Very interesting. Hollow back here, flat out here. Nice fuller, beautiful swedge. Blade steel is N690. The blade length is 3 5/16. Stainless steel liner lock, nice and early. Ball bearing pivot. Perfect centering, I think. Yes. Beautiful flipping action. Great detent. We'll call it near mint to like new in box. Still available, I believe. You can buy one of these for 69 bucks. Plus postage and tax. This one, all yours, all in, $50. Like it is, 75 with my edge. The Kaiser V4577N2 LAN. Next up, we have one from QSP, and all of the packaging is going to be as a little pouch from Civivi. No QSP box. There's not much to them anyway. This is the Penguin titanium frame lock version. So really, really attractive business side, I think. A fine glass bead finish, a right-hand tip-up only, simple but elegant milled titanium pocket clip, marbled carbon fiber scale. I love the Penguin pivot. Beautiful. Simple construction, but beautiful. The blade on this Penguin is CPM S35VN. Nice modified sheep's foot. A high saber flat grind, thin behind the edge. 3 1/16 blade, 4 1/16 handle. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Locks up about 40 or 50%. Nice and robust. Super solid. Ball bearing pivot and perfect centering. This is a Caviso exclusive. They're discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $160 web retail. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail for $90. $115 if you'd like it with my edge on that S35 blade. That's the QSP Penguin titanium frame lock carbon fiber. Next up, This is an interesting knife. I don't think I've ever had one in my hand like this. So it's from Ferrum Forge, and it's one of the Chinese-produced Ferrum Forge knives. It's the Stinger Titanium in Nitro V with titanium handle and marbled carbon fiber inlays. Definitely a little bit of a level up from the normal Stinger. Look at that piece of carbon fiber. Of course, a titanium frame lock knife with a steel lock face insert. A nice low profile, sort of shorty deep carry right hand tip up clip. And I can't remember what material that is, whether it's steel or titanium. Anyhow, it's a flipper on ball bearings, and man, does it flip nice. Beautiful sort of Spearpoint blade with a fuller, a blasted and tumbled finish, basically a full height flat grind. Forward finger choil, so good in the hand, so good. Nitro V is your blade steel. The blade length is 3 3/16. The handle is 4 3/16. Oh, it feels so, those are some smooth bearings, guys. Very nice. Centering is perfection. So's the lockup. We will say near mint to like new in box. Currently available knife, brand new at your favorite web retailer for $189. This one can be yours at $120, like it is. $145 if you'd like it to come with an APostleP edge. That's the Ferrum Forge Stinger, titanium and carbon fiber. Next up, you know, I haven't handled a lot of knives from this maker, but the ones I have handled, kind of impressive, I gotta say. It's Devo, another Chinese knife company. They must kind of be proud of their brand because they're giving you a button. The knife is the Pony Stout. The Pony Stout. A compact pocket knife. Handle length only 3 3/16. Scaled in blue canvas micarta. Stonewashed backspacer that appears to be steel. Pocket clip. Ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire. Opens with an oddly shaped hole, but it kind of makes sense when you look at the total package. Is that a harpoon sheep's foot, I guess? Interesting. Kind of functional, actually, but still aesthetically interesting. Blade steel is 14C28N. Blade length 2 3/16. The handle is 3 3/16. It's a stainless steel liner lock. It locks up pretty early. It's on ball bearings. Lockup is rock solid. Blade drops freely. Centers perfectly. I said very close. Okay, very close. I'll buy that. Very close. Favors the top slightly. It's like new in box with button. Available now for, oh no, they're out of stock. When they were available though, they were $79 web retail. Let's do this one for $60, all in, shipped priority mail. $85 if you'd like it with an APostleP edge, the Devo Pony Stout. Next up, this might be the most beautiful two-sun knife I've ever seen. And I'm sorry guys, you don't get the two-sun box with this one. You get a Caviso Lambert pouch instead. Let's face it, the two-sun boxes are nothing special, except they do say, made in Yangjiang, China. Even naming the town. They're proud of where they make them. Here's the knife. This is the TS162. Guys, this is made really well. Very finely milled titanium. I'll call them a faux bolster because they're just, the rest of the frame is milled to accept the carbon fiber. The fit between the carbon fiber and the titanium is excellent. Milled titanium right-hand tip-up only pocket clip. We'll call this a titanium bolster lock. Steel inserted lock face. Ball bearing flipper. Look at that thing. That has some presence, doesn't it? It's like a leafy spear with a thumb ramp and a fuller and a hole and some jimping. Wong design. I always think of Caddyshack when I see that. Oh, that was Wang. I'm sorry. Okay. 3 7/8 inches of S90V. 4 15/16 inches of handle. Very nice in the hand, and man, what a lot of reach you get. There's your lockup. Beautiful and rock solid. A droppy shutty blade. Centering. We'll call it perfect. Near mint to like new in the wrong pouch. These are gone, discontinued, not a stock. When they were available, they were $120 web retail. I'll tell you what, if they made them again, they wouldn't be $120. Your price on this one, $85 like it is, $115 with my edge. The Tucson TS162 in titanium and carbon fiber. Next up, we had a custom version kind of this knife for the last couple weeks in our sale. This is an Enrique Pena X series trapper front flipper, maybe his most successful pattern. So titanium frame that is relieved, mill relieved, to accept the burlap scales. So what look like bolsters are actually part of the titanium frame. Okay. Beautiful brown burlap micarta. Beautiful milled titanium right-hand tip-up pocket clip. Front flipper mechanism that I will not do. Gorgeous clip point blade. I mean, if you're trying to emulate a traditional slip joint pocket knife, that's how you make a clip point in a fusion knife. Great job, Enrique. Blade steel is M390. Blade length 2 13/16. The handle is 3 11/16. It is a titanium bolster lock with a steel inserted lock face. It is on ball bearings. And it's a front flipper. Let's see. Oh, I did it. No way. I did it. Rock solid lockup. Perfect centering. Condition near mint to like new in box. I think these are out of stock at $295. Maybe $275. I do know this. You can buy this one all in, shipped priority mail, $230 like it is, $260 with an ApostleP edge. The Pena X Series Trapper Front Flipper in burlap. Next up, here's a weave that I've always just sort of admired from afar because, you know, I don't buy Chinese knives, but this is a beauty. This is the Wee 19072-3 Roxy 3 Tiger Stripe handle. You talk about an awesome aesthetic. There it is. Look at the way the blade flows into the handle in the closed position. Look at the gorgeous Tiger Stripe heat anode job. They're browns, they're purples, they're golds, there's blues. Look at the backspacer. And then the bronze anodized hardware just goes so well. Now, I think you can front flip this knife, or you can open it with that oval hole. Look at that gorgeous blade. Blade is S35VN, 3 3/16 inches in length. It's a titanium frame lock knife with a steel insert. Locks up there. The handle's 4 1/8, so very efficient blade to handle ratio. Stunning milled titanium right-hand tip-up clip. It's a droppy shutty. The centering, well, it's a Wee. It's perfect. Lockup is rock solid. We will call it near mint in box. I'm not sure I found a mark on it. I don't know. I don't think I did. Anyway, still making this knife. They're available online for a web retail of $238. This one can be yours at $175, like it is. $200 with an Apostle P edge. The WE 19072-3 Roxy 3 with the tiger stripe handle. Next up, a new-ish release from Kershaw, and it's a good one. It is the 6105 Bel Air. A simple but super cool little knife. It kind of looks like a bug out fighter, doesn't it? Huh, where did they get that lock? It's not an axis lock, it's the Kershaw Dura lock. Although it's a crossbar that is round and springs that are shaped like the letter Omega. But it's not an axis lock. It's scaled in a light gray, very beautiful sort of speckly hard anodized aluminum. Pocket clip, deep carry ambidextrous tip up. Thumb stud deployment. It is on ball bearings. Rock solid lockup on that. We'll call that a modified Wharncliffe blade in black washed CPM Magna cut. Lockup is rock solid. Centering is dead perfect. It is like new in box. Price of these brand new, $150, and a super cool knife for $150. Yeah, that's a home run. That's a knife that designer, when he finished his drawing, said, that is a pocket knife, and it is. Currently available for $150 Kershaw map price at your favorite web retailer. This one, like new in box, and a beauteous example, $110 like it is, $140 with my edge on the Magna cut blade. The Bel Air from Kershaw. Next up, we have one from Three Rivers Manufacturing. The outer sleeve has been torn and taped. It is an Atom, but it is not wearing forest green G10. It's wearing red G10. You know how these TRM guys are. They change their scales like you and I change our underwear, it seems. Well, they made it easy. Pocket clip on the Atom is titanium, right hand only, deep carry. That's why we like Three Rivers knives, because they flick so well. The blade, CPM 20 CV. I love the engraved Three Rivers maker's mark. Leafy spear, 3.5-inch blade, 4 5/8-inch handle. Your liner lock locks up robustly. Phosphor bronze washer. Pivot. Perfect centering. Rock solid lockup. And I'm going to call this knife near mint in box for two reasons. One little blem that you could probably hit with a piece of sandpaper and throw some oil on, and that would disappear. I could probably make it disappear by rubbing on it. And then there's some micro chipping in the blade on the cutting edge. It's super sharp, but there's a visible chip right there. Okay, so it probably could use a sharpening job. We're going to price it accordingly. They're out of stock in 20 CV. We're going to offer this one to you at $195 shipped priority mail, $225 sharpened. The Three Rivers Atom in red G10. Next up, we got one from Demko Knives. Every time I get a Demko box, it just makes me smile and want to see what's inside. I love Andrew's design eye. It's a Demko AD 20.5. The production variety, and it is the shark foot blade with the slotted feature in OD green Grivery, shark lock mechanism. We have ambidextrous tip-up clips, plural. The lefty clip is in the box. You can sweep it with the slot. You can sweep it with the stud. You can, I don't know if you can flick it with the slot, but you can certainly flick it with the stud, or you can shark fling. Anyhow, OS 10A blade, 3 inches in length. Handle, OD Grivery, 4.5. Ball bearing pivot, shark lock mechanism. Lockup is rock solid. Centering is perfect. It's like new in the box. They're available brand new for $120. This one can be yours. All in, no sales tax, priority postage paid, $95 like it is, $120 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Demco AD 20.5 slotted shark foot OD Grivery. Next up, okay, if you're paying attention and you don't have these, we offered the little brother to this earlier in the sale. It's from Benchmade. This is the 551-1 Griptilian full-size gray 3D machine, diamond milled, satin finish G10, blue G10 liners, blue hard anodized aluminum standoffs, parkerized deep carry, ambidextrous tip-up clip, drop point blade in CPM 20 CV. I think you should have them both. I should have them both. Anyway, 3 3/8 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Rock solid axis lock, lockup. Free swinging blade. Would you look at that? Yeah, Benchmade's all come off center. Right. No, they don't. It's perfect. It's near mint to like new in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. Why, Benchmade? I don't know why you quit making that knife. It might be the most attractive Griptilian you've ever made. I don't know. Anyway, this one can be yours. Near mint to like new in box. Beautiful mechanics. $150 like it is. $180 with an ApostleP edge. The Benchmade 551-1 grip, gray, and 20 CV. Next up, I don't have one of these again. I've had 3 of them. I keep getting rid of them. I give them away. So I don't know. From Spyderco, Taichung, Taiwan. We don't have a Techno. We do have a Chaparral lightweight. Why would you waste a Techno box? I don't know. Anyway, here is the Chappie lightweight. Gray FRN with sort of a modified volcano grip. It looks so cool. Ambidextrous tip up deep carry wire clip midlock mechanism, leaf shaped blade in CTS XHP, 83 thousandths thick. What a slicing machine. Rock solid lockup. By the way, 2 13/16 blade, 3 5/8 handle. Very free blade. Hard to see because it's so skinny, but the centering's perfect. We will say this is near mint to like new in the wrong box. Current map price for this web retail is $105 brand new. You can have this one at $75 like it is. $100 with my edge. The Chaparral lightweight from Spyderco. Don't nap on this one or I'm going to have to buy it. I love these knives. Okay. That brings us to the last knife in tonight's sale. And it's quite a Spyderco. I mean, quite a Spyderco. This is our second sort of custom-built paramilitary. Oh, this is not. It's a pair of 3. It's not a paramilitary 2. And it comes in a box that says military. I don't know why. I don't know why. But look at this, guys. Gorgeous carbon fiber scales. You only have one clip mounting choice with this. A Flytanium. I don't know if that's aluminum or titanium backspacer, but it sure looks cool. A Stonewash Casey Lynch deep carry titanium clip. The blade is S30V, and it's that gorgeous tumble polished S30V. It looks so great. 2 15/16 blade, 3 1/4 handle. I kind of like that little bit of heft that backspacer gives me. Rock solid lockup, free dropping blade, beautifully centered. It's a one-of-a-kind knife. Man, I think this is too cheap. I should have bumped that. Anyway, 140, guys. 140 like it is. 165 with my edge. That is a cool knife. If I were right-handed, but I'm not. So 140 like it is, 165 with my edge. The Spyderco Pair 3 Custom Scales Plus, it says. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. You commence to clicking, and I'm going to go enjoy Florida at night. Talk to you soon.